Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Power Surge Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. Originally released in September of 2016, he retailed for approximately $15, and this is a slight repaint and slight retool to the original figure that we got back in 2015. So, as you can see here, he pretty much looks more or less like the old one that we got, the previous version of him, just with some added bits. The size doesn't change. He's still approximately 6.5 inches long and about 2.5 inches tall. As you can see, he's still the truck and trailer combination from the first release. He's still the one piece, so no changes there. And like I mentioned, it's just a slight repaint, slight retool. Now, this is the version that was released to general sales, I guess. This is the general release version. There were two versions of this. There was a, prior to this one, I think about a month or two before this one came out, there was a Toys R Us exclusive version of this, which is the same exact mold, just the paint is different. Everything that you see red here was white on that Toys R Us version. And then all these, I guess, Energon blue bits here, these swords / wings we'll see later, and this engine piece down here and all that, that was all transparent blue. But other than that, the toys are exactly the same. Now, for comparison, we'll bring in the original release so you can see what these guys look like together. And you can see pretty much almost identical in truck mode. There are going to be some things that change. More notably, that's going to be this top piece here changes on this new one to accommodate these new wings. Now, because of that, also, we lose, I'll go ahead and remove these since we have to remove them for transformation. This part right here that the axe would clip into on the original one, that's gone from this one. So there really isn't any official way to store the axe in this version. You just kind of have to figure out a way on your own. And what I've done is I use those same tabs that were originally used, and what I've done is I just put them through that hole right there and just kind of stick it in there wherever I can. And as you can see, it was holding okay. Let's get this guy out of the way and we'll show what he comes with. As you can see, he came with the same axe that the first figure came with, except that it's not painted, it's just all black. He also came with these two swords / wings. Pick that one up, there you go. We'll set those aside. And then finally, he also came with this little engine booster little thingy here, whatever this is. So he comes with that piece there. We'll set that off to the side. Now, transformation is going to be exactly the same. So we're going to start off with the panels on the side of the trailer and pull those all the way to the back. And then untap the legs if they haven't already done so on their own. Grab them on the waist and turn them around 180 degrees. And then we can bring the camera up just a little bit because we are going to get just a little tall. Next, we're going to come up to the top here, or the front of the truck rather. We're going to split that in half and bring it all the way down to the sides. Rotate it. Unpeg the arms, or the fists rather, from the inside of the shoulder blade there. And rotate those to the front. Take the shoulder pads, rotate them forward. And then finally, we're going to bring the head up. And this one doesn't clip into place quite as loudly as the original one did, but there is Power Surge Optimus Prime in robot mode, and I think he looks really, really good. There we go, he wasn't all the way straight. Now, here in robot mode, Optimus is approximately 5.5 inches tall, and he retains all the same articulation that the original figure had. So we've got a rotation at the head, all the way around at the shoulders, no in and out. You do have a ball jointed elbow. You saw because of transformation, we do have a rotation at the waist, universal at the hip, so in and out, forward and backwards, rotation at the thigh, and a bend at the knee. So not bad at all. Now, the mold differences here in just plain robot mode is that we've got a new chest piece right there. That's just going to be different from the original figure. We'll bring that one in for comparison. You can see that the chests are going to be different. I do like the paint on this guy so much. I love that silver torso on this one. Really like that a lot. And of course, once again, those backpack pieces are going to be different. Now, usually with this guy, I still have the axe for this guy. I got to put away. But I took the sword from one of the other Autobots. This was originally orange. I just painted it silver with a Sharpie and gave it to him because I just think that looks better. I just like that better than that axe. Well, that's just me. Call me crazy. So now, speaking of weapons, we've got a couple of options with this guy. We've got, of course, that axe that it came with. So we can give him the axe, just like that. And then also those swords that he came with. You can give him one on each. And there you go. You can give him those swords. Oh, one more mold difference that I forgot to mention. Let me take this sword off. Take this sword off and bring this guy right back in for just a moment. And I'm going to point his fist straight forward. And I'm going to point his fist straight forward. So there's a big mold difference as well. That's an improvement on this one. They actually made this piece that sits on the back of the fist smaller so that his fists are actually showing in robot mode, where with the original one they were completely covered up. Now there is a very easy modification that you can do with this, where you can do this right there. You can't do that out of the package. That has to be modified to be able to do that, but there you go. You can do that. With this new figure, you didn't have to do that. So we'll set him off to the side one more time. And as you saw, we have the two swords right there. So that looks pretty good. And then finally, the last thing that we can do, this little engine piece that we pulled out earlier, we're going to grab this guy, and this guy's going to clip right in here on the top. You can see the slots right there. So that guy's going to slot in right there, right around his neck. And then we're going to take the swords, and we're going to peg these right back exactly where they were in truck mode. And we're just going to angle them up that way. So now we've got, you can angle them any way you see best, okay? But now you've got yourself a sort of a powered up mode or a flight mode, if that's what you want to call it. We'll give him his axe, just so he's got it. And there you go. That's what he looks like, all powered up, flight mode, powered up mode, whatever you want to call it. Or rather, power surge mode. So there you go. Looks fantastic. I really like what they've done with this new figure. I just find it a lot of fun. I was already a fan of the original release. I really did like this figure a lot. I know that there was a lot of point of contention with, you know, the stylist, is that even a word? The stylized, cartoony version or way and art style of these figures and the simplicity of them. There's a lot of point of contention for a lot of people, but I really did like the design and the execution of this figure. I really do enjoy it a lot, and this just made it better. I just love this so much. I would, you know, in a perfect world, maybe get rid of the powder blue and maybe give it some different colors. But other than that, just absolutely love the way this looks. I love everything about it. So I think that about covers Transformers, Robots in Disguise, Warrior Class, Power Surge Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.